Choose you do. Come on, let's go with more. The Ungilding Beacon is also nice. Let's keep the Dynamo Boots. Wait, someone else. I don't know.
I always keep my options open.
Oh, I think that's I think that's tied to the quest from the guy in the bar, the architecture enthusiast. We just found it by chance. The crumpled note only had this small fragment of text left. You're on the right path, Seeker. The other caches. I mean, get anything besides a piece of text? Was that just a rumor? Weird. Okay, I think we have to go back to the ship, right? Wait, go back to the ship, study planets, go to Xenos, Argenta on the ship. Yeah, go on the ship and talk with Jai, and go to the ship and interact with your cogitator. Well, that's also a way to disarm a trap. Isn't even anything interesting behind there. I thought it was kind of protecting a cache or something. Okay, let's just use the time to... I get in there. Sad. Okay, back to the ship, I'd say.
I always have a backup plan.
And then off to New Horizons, or something like that. I miss Heinrix.
Keep your wits about you.
Loot can distract me from being sad. Not that kind of loot. More A and V leaflets. That's boring. I just hope I think all the loot we find, it's just more leaflets.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
Ah yeah, this weird riddle with the numbers. We didn't find anything relating to that.
Let's not waste time with pleasantries.
I don't know. 4, 3, 5. 3, 5. 3. Ah. 4, 5, 3, 1.
Is there money to be made?
Can't even click. Wow. 5, 3. 4, 1, 3, 4. 1, 5, 3. Okay, now we did everything starting with 4. It could also be that the 2 is just missing, but I can't even attack with it to repair it, so... Okay, I used everything with 4, so 1, 3, 5, 3, 4, 1, 4, 3. Yeah, Ethan, you should be. You're too impatient. 4, 5, 3, 1, 5. Okay, we did everything with 1 and 4. I'm just guessing. We start with 3. think it was 3541, right? Ah, nice. But I really don't know where you should have found any hint about how to solve it. Oh well, we take it. A win just by trying is also a win. Win for the right sequence, not for being smart. Anyone not having some headgear? Jai. I'm sorry, Jai, you're going to leave my team quite quickly. Here you get your pirate scarf. We already talked with Opticon 2. See if we can buy something new. Oh, we can. Just take all the consumables. Surgeon's manual. Bonus to Medicaid. To be honest, I think Footfall slows Chapter 2 down significantly. It gets better once we leave. Looking forward to that. I gotta say, the start of Chapter 2 now was kinda slow. Especially after the first chapter, which was nicely paced, I'd say.
Let us not dawdle.
Heinrix! What are you doing here? Familiar figure turns to you. Heinrix van Kallox, interrogator for the Ordo Xenos, bows his head respectfully. Lord Captain. On an interrogator, what a surprise. Did you perchance leave something in your cabin? Abelard cracking a joke. Not at all, First Officer Wazarian. Not in the habit of leaving a trail. But I thank you for your concern. And Edwards gives Heinrix a dazzling smile. Master von Gallox, I knew you couldn't resist my charms. Heinrix momentarily closes his eyes, as if your first remark has thrown him off and made him forget the speech he prepared. Rogue traitor. I was able to contact my mentor and report the tragic events that transpired on Record Minoris. I also received some information from my agents regarding the movements and actions of enemies of humanity, including the Xenos that we are assuming were involved in the theft of the star. According to their findings, the threat now hangs over other worlds. This time, yours, Captain. Heinrix clears his throat and begins in a pointedly official tone. By the order of the Lord Inquisitor, Xavier Salazar, whose duty it is to stand sentinel over the Koronus Expanse, the rogue traitor of House von Valencius is to take on board the agent of the Most Holy Inquisition, and provide escort and support in deeds great and small, serve to safeguard the territories of the Imperium against its enemies. This decree is effective immediately upon announcement and remains in effect until decided otherwise by His Excellency Salazar. Oh. Well, I guess welcome back, Heinrix. It doesn't sound good that there's a threat looming over our worlds. And I guess because it's the Inquisition, he's not going to tell us too much. Edward steps closer to Heinrix and lowers his voice. You know, I'm ever so glad to have you back. Thank you. Heinrix gives you a ghost of a smile before his face takes on its usual expression. If duty has brought you aboard the rogue trader ship once more, then such is the Emperor's will. Welcome back, interrogator. Thank you, sister. It is an honor to be traveling with one of the blessed Adeptus Sororitas. The Inquisition? Edward, you never mentioned you socialize with such distinguished servants of the Emperor. I bet it takes someone truly remarkable to warrant such eminent and close attention. They lets out a laugh. Gee, thanks. Heinrix glances out at you. Wow. Heinrix glances at her and tilts his head slightly. Mistress Adari, Ever since my first visit to Footfall, I've been hearing about your colleagues and personal talents. But I'm afraid your full name escapes me. Would you kindly refresh my memory? Laughter gets stuck in Jay's throat. She pays slightly, but still focuses an apologetic smile. I do not mind, Shireen. I let my full name remain not but a stray sound to you, plain and uninteresting. Immediately dodging the Inquisition. Master von Kallax. Cassie's voice is brimming with genuine joy, which immediately hides behind a facade of highborn primeness. Since you are with us once more, I do hope you will find time to finish our conversation about the literary works of Cronhalla the Blessed. We'll make every effort, Lady Ocelio. Must also deliver this to you. Heinrix pulls out a sealed letter. The Lord Inquisitor specified that the content of this envelope are for your eyes only. I would ask you to read it as soon as you have the time. Can I read it from here? Nope. And that is everything for the time being. Are you headed to the ship? Or do you still have business on Footfall? Whatever the case, I can either wait for you on board or accompany you as part of your retinue. Okay, bye Jay. Yay! Nice. It's cool that we have Heinrix back. Another ability. Wildfire. The Arc Militant's next attack will cost 0 AP, will not count toward the attack limit this turn, and will grant a stack of versatility, even if the attack type is the same as the last attack. The cost of this ability is reduced by -1 for every 4 stacks of versatility. Get that again. Whenever the Arc Militant uses an attack that is of a different type from their previous attack, the Arc Militant gains a stack of versatility. Single shot, melee attack, area shot, or burst shot. So we can't use any Psyker abilities. Sounds kinda cool. More attacks. Let's try to work around with that. Yeah, nobody wants to be in the Inquisition. An Inquisitor appears, shit has hit the fan badly.
I always have a backup plan.
I think usually you also don't really want to talk with them at all. Oh. It would have been cool if, like, Psykers would have an own archetype, to be kind of more focused on that, but oh well. A little bit harder to figure out, like, a nice build for that and combine it nicely. I don't know. In the end, maybe I will just reclass. Captain, the inspection of the ship's systems is complete. The tech priests are reporting the machine spirits are calm and satisfied. Everything is ready for onward travel, except there's an issue you must be made aware of. Cassia makes a quick nervous gesture, adjusting the adornment over her third eye. I've been studying the records left by the vessel's previous navigator. I want to double-check the route to Dargonus and discovered that it does not match the one recorded in the Atlas. It is more than a minor warp fluctuation. The route has been wiped out. It can no longer be used for traveling. To make matters worse, I started checking the path from the Atlas, one after another, and saw the same thing everywhere. The warp is roiling with an ominous storm, bursting with vivid and screaming colors. It will not hinder our movement, but our previous knowledge is now utterly useless. Damn it. But I think that means that we are truly exploring anew. Argenta angrily chops the air with a sigh of her pain. Warp storms are our enemies, just like heretics and demons. It is a shame they can't be dispersed with a flamer or bolter. That's your solution to everything. Now we can be certain that problems of astropathic communication in the Koronus Expanse are no coincidence. There's a warp disturbance in your way, Lord Captain. It is swallowing messages and disrupting familiar routes. This means you need to locate the key world of the Bonvalensia Protectorate as soon as possible. I'm talking about Janus, Dagonus, and Kiava Gamma. Charting new routes so they can be reached and restoring control will be necessary next step. And also, especially given that we know that shit's going to hit the fan in our colonies, I think we should really hurry up with that. So, what would the consequences of losing contact with the worlds be? Well, deprived of connection to its neighboring systems and the Koronus Expanse infrastructure can only rely on itself. Their capabilities are often limited. For example, Janus does not have a fleet of its own. Pirates, cultists, heretics, Xenos, anyone could prey on the helpless planet. Their loss of communication is a threat to your position. A rogue trader with no protectorate to back them is one that grows weaker by the day. While you can disperse warp storms, you just have to ask the Chaos Gods to help. Well, maybe let's not ask the Chaos Gods, Alistair. The Vox Master is entirely correct. You are rogue trader Edward von Valencius, the successor to Theodora von Valencius, one of the most influential women this side of the Moor. But you are also new to the business of governing. Many will doubt your competence and try to carve up your protectorate so they can snatch a piece for themselves. It is important to show your potential allies and foes that you are in control of the situation, which is why the sooner we reclaim these lost worlds, the better. My words. Alright, so tell me about Janus. The surface of Janus was already altered extensively so the planet could be designed an agri-world. It is a powerful food base, capable of supplying the burgeoning protectorate and exporting provisions to the outer worlds at the same time. Janus owes much of its prosperity to the Governor House von Weget. Under its leadership, the world has grown even more prosperous year after year, securing shipments and taxes while keeping the workforce tightly controlled. Which is why we want to use the food produced there to help Footfall. But I mean, sounds like a good first step. I don't even know if we can decide where to go next, or we have to just travel the world first. So, what is Kiava Gamma? Industrial world Kiava Gamma is being managed by the Governor House of Gaprek and supplies your protectorate with rare mineral resources. Additionally, the planet features an Adeptus Mechanicus manufactorum that processes materials and prepares them for shipment. I gotta say, the Adeptus Mechanicus are also one of the most interesting factions so far for me. I really like this combination of faith and mechanics. Justify that Kiava Gamma is a world marked by the omniscience patronage. By his grace, the manufactorum of the colony are inhabited by committed and industrious machine spirits. Heinrix coughs quietly. Mr. Solomon neglected to mention that the Kiava Gamma manufactorum also supplies heavy machinery, forage harvesters to vessel systems and components. Why do you know so much about my worlds, Heinrix? Abelard turns his hard eyes on Heinrix. You display commendable knowledge of our world's manufacturing capability, von Galax. Pleased to be of service. Heinrix, I love you, but you're also very sus, and I hope you will never stab me in the back for being too iconoclast and not dogmatic enough. The Mechanicus is very interesting and hypocritical. They are what keep the Imperium going, but also hold them back. They are an interesting faction. Yeah, absolutely. Like, being all about knowledge and understanding things, but at the same time, they're not really trying to understand certain things, right? And it's just like, it's always been like that. Like, very conservative. So, what do I need to know about Dagonus? Dagonus is the heart and soul of your protectorate. It is where the main administrative resources and storage facilities are, and so is the Von Valencius Palace. If you would like to know, this is where you will publicly accept the title of Rogue Trader. Dagonus is a major administrative hub that runs the cargo fleet and keeps track of finances. Alright, Abelard, what is your opinion? Which world should we deal with first? Abelard strokes his beard for a few seconds before giving a hesitant reply. Rediscovering the agri-world will supply your protectorate with something none of your servants can do without. Sustenance. The importance of basic supplies should not be underestimated. Just look at Footfall in its current pitiful state. On the other hand, I'm concerned by rumors concerning Kiava Gamma. There have been no problems on Janus for many years, but something is very wrong with the industrial world right now. Delay may cost us the entire planet. I do not have to explain the capital world. Losing it would make us the laughingstock of the other dynasties. Besides, the loss of chronicles and ledgers would spell bureaucratic catastrophe. So all three systems are equally vital to the Protectorate. It falls to you to decide which should be brought into the fold before the rest, Lord Captain. I guess either Janus or Kiava Gamma, cause Kiava Gamma sounds like the most urgent one. Alright, very well, our course is clear. Do my officers have any other issues that require immediate attention? That is all, Lord Captain. The rest of the crew await your instructions and are ready to depart Footfall immediately, should you so desire. Okay, but before we do that, we have a few dialogues. I would say, first thing we do is talk, use, attack the Cogitator. The reflections of the bridge lights are playing on the unlit vid screens of the Cogitator. Next to the machine stands a hunched tech priest, who bows as you approach, his body nearly folding in half. Captain, the machine spirit of the mechanism slumbers. Should you wish to awaken it, use the key of your blood. Why is it always our blood? Who are you, and what is your purpose here? My designation is IH-630. The tech priest points his only mechadendrite at the machine beside him. The venerated Agency Prime has entrusted the sacred mechanism into my care. It is now my duty to assist the rogue trader's understanding of the hallowed code. What is this blood key I'm supposed to use? The key you seek is the dynastic blood that runs in your veins. It is the only way to rouse the Cogitator's machine spirit. When you are ready to do so, place your hand into the mouth of the Guardian Servitor on the blast control panel. And yeah, even though Edward isn't looking forward to that once again, places his hand inside the Servitor's maw. The Servitor's powerful jaws close around his hand. I should stop trying to translate that from you to his. Your hand with a screeching clack. You feel the cold metal pierce your skin and draw blood. The vid screens in front of you flicker restlessly, filling with numerical combinations. The tech priest by the Cogitator nods coldly. The sacred mechanism is awake and ready to receive your request, Lord Captain. Pasqal has informed me that the system has encrypted data stored inside. I wish to know its contents. Without another word, the tech priest turns to the Cogitator, raises his hands, and a prayer of binary code pours out of his Vox device. The servo motors in the bowels of the machine grow louder, its undulating hum responding to his chant. Numerical combinations run down the screens. Scanning 0000.0, scanning 0000.5, scanning 0000.9. Says error registered 789.0344. Rest initialized. Identification 10256. Num OS operation responding off. Num OS operation responding repo. Num OS operation responding off. I decided to kind of formulate part of those words, otherwise it sounds really odd. Num operate resp. The machine spirit has discovered numerous critical errors. The data is damaged. The tech priest stops abruptly. The green screen glow of his visor narrows. Registering an intact segment. The machine spirit has spoken. The worlds of Kiava Gamma and Dagonis hold certain data repositories. The mechanism is ready to provide the rogue trader with data keys that can unlock said repositories. I mean, how convenient, we're going to those planets anyway right now. What data repositories? That remains hidden. The encrypted data bank belonged to the esteemed Theodora von Valancius. She was the only one who could have known about these repositories. Perhaps the former Agency Prime also could have known Omnissiah Acceptors Code. If I were to propose a hypothesis, it would be most prudent of a figure as eminent as a rogue trader to store her classified data in Respectable's most secure. Alright, so how do I accept the key? Cogitator's vid screen blinks. Input, NumOS, require, response, det trend. Activating initialize 098751482. Through the screen of death. I sure don't hope so. The gracious machine spirit is willing to transfer the data keys to the head of the House von Valancius by means of an Electu, Apodemic Tattoo Augment. If you are ready to accept the keys, place your hand inside of the servitor's mouth. Isn't our hand still in there? Deep within the servitor's dark gullet, unseen, burning hot needles pierce your wrist. The sharp pain only lasts a moment. The Electu that has been planted inside your wrist should be enough to open the repository doors. Nice. And now we have another tattoo. I need to know more about the caches. The vid screen flicker rapidly. Input, dem, com, NumOS, status check initializing, rest initializing. But yeah, seems like it's running just into lots of errors. Tech Priest augmented fingers dart around the control panel. The Omnissiah favors you. The machine spirit is willing to command the calculation procedure that could restore the lost data. Yes. I hope we can use Pasqal's tech use and not ours. Restore the data on the cache located on Dagonis. Succeeded. Machine hums louder until it lets out a resounding crackle. Then the sounds stop, and an unmoving numerical combination lights up on the screen. The Tech Priest's synthesized voice sounds almost concerned. The data has been restored, but there's only a single phrase, litanies of the motive force. That is all the sacred mechanism was able to salvage. Litanies of the motive force. We know that the motive force is basically just electrical current, so that's connected, I guess. It's like it's running Windows. I think it sounds more like Linux or something, where you just have pure code. I'm interested in the cache on Kiava Gamma. Tech use succeeded. Several motors within the cogitator pick up the pace, the heavy thrum growing louder. The machine clicks abrasively for several minutes, until eventually a numerical code appears on the screen. The Tech Priest turns to you. Blessed are the Omnissiah's deeds. The repository in Kiava Gamma has a security system guarding it. The machine spirit has recovered a code that will allow you to disable these offenses. Alright, I have other questions. The Tech Priest bows. So, had the Tech Priest of the Adeptus Mechanicus been able to discern how the ship was able to start her warp engine? Remember, the computers are partially alive, so could just be freaking out. True, that as well. The Agency Prime spends hours pursuing the quest for knowledge in hopes of comprehending the nature of said miracle. May the Omnissiah's grace guide him on his journey. There's no doubt that it was a miracle sent by the Omnissiah as a manifestation of his will, yet the Agency Prime managed to perceive some logical connection within the streams of data. I'm not privy to this connection, but the Agency Prime will surely share the newly discovered knowledge with you in a detailed report. Okay, let's ask Pasqal. I mean, it was really odd that, back after saying the people from Recat Minoris, the ship was able to escape.
The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
Okay, we can't ask him. Sad.
May your labors be effective and fruitful